Come in.
Hi, Bailey.
Hi.
Susan Holmes.
Hi,
it's nice
Susan.
to see you
It's
again.
nice to see you too.
So glad we had this opportunity to see each other again. That tailgate was fun this weekend.
It was very fun. I'm glad
Matt
that you were
always
able to
throws a
stop
good
by.
one. Yeah.
It was very fun.
Here's my business card before I forget to hand
great.
that to you.
Thank you so much.
So I don't want to waste any of your time. I know you're very busy. So we have 20 minutes, correct?
Yes, 20 minutes.
Okay. So I kind of put together a little agenda for us just to keep us on track and just make sure we get the most out of this meeting.
Okay.
So first, I've done some research, but I'd like to clarify some of the background information and just kind of identify areas of dissatisfaction where we could potentially help you.
Great.
And then next, I'd just like to see with those areas if there's anywhere we could improve and, just what that all entails. And then I'll show you how Salesforce could benefit those needs by demonstrating some of our capabilities.
Okay.
And hopefully, when we're done, we'll be able to discuss taking our business further and just being able to help each other.
Great. Thank you so much.
So I'll let you hold on to that.
That sounds wonderful.
So I'm going to be asking some questions just to get some clarification on my homework that I did.
Okay.
And is that all right with you?
Yes, that's great.
And then I'm going to take some notes on your answers just to kind of keep ourselves on track. Is that all right with you too?
Yes, you can take notes.
Is there anyone else that you need in this meeting with us?
I think right now I'm the perfect person for you to talk to right now. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Just making sure.
Great. Thank you.
So I just like to start off by saying your company is amazing. I mean, it just started out so small and just a small idea with two brothers. I mean, just truly amazing.
Thank you so much.
Love your company.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So that being said, I've done some research on the background and everything, and I've talked to Matt, and he said that one of the areas you might be having trouble with is your order entry process. It's might be a little outdated, and I was just wondering if you're satisfied with that.
Right. Matt is correct. It is very much outdated, and we are running into a lot of glitches and problems with the system because it is outdated and it's not able to control and manage the amount of products and amount of sales tracking that we have going out now.
Okay, totally understand. Yeah, it always, as companies grow, it gets every system needs a little tweak every now and then. Totally understand that. So have you experienced with these glitches, have you had any specific customer dissatisfaction or anything with that?
Yeah, actually, we have had customer dissatisfaction because of the glitches and the processes of our old, outdated manual system failing basically on us a couple times. We've run into not completing orders. We've run into overlapping of orders. And this really has happened with one of our biggest clients, Cabela's, which has caused a great deal of customer dissatisfaction, which we never want to not deliver on their expectations, and it has definitely been causing some issues.
I know the customer experience is very important to you also. I know that would be very stressful. And just so I'm right with my notes here, Cabela's is about 17% of your revenue?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, yes. 17%. Yeah, that is definitely a big chunk to be worried about. I totally understand how that would be troublesome. So have you noticed that you've had any problems with multiple systems of tracking sales? I know with order entry that can kind of come along, some problems there can kind of come along too.
Yeah, tracking our sales has been an issue as well. Like I said, because of the outdated system, it's been very difficult. We have over 6,000 different retailers that we have shipments going out to, not to mention we are our actual customer base that will order products directly from our website. So a lot of times our customers have been having issues tracking their packages or tracking their shipments because they get lost in translation.
I totally understand that. And I mean, with multiple systems of tracking, it always is a little cheaper in the beginning, always more understandable to start with that. But as your company grows, it does get harder to do that. And I've noted that you've grown 900% in the past 2 years.
Yes, we're very grateful for that. It's been really amazing. We were never expecting to grow that much in 2 years, but very proud of the team.
That's very, very impressive. And I mean, that could explain the problems that you've been having with your outdated systems and everything. Just sometimes multiple tracking systems with that can just, with too many orders and everything, just like you explained, can be a little
absolutely. Many
worrisome.
of our orders are getting messed up. getting lost in translation through our many different systems, and it's hard for our sales team to manage that. And while they're trying to do the best job that they can, it's hard when you have systems that are failing on you and lots of information going in different loopholes.
And that's not even the salespeople's fault, so I'm sure that can cause a little bit of issues with them. Totally understand. Thank you. That clarifies that a lot.
Okay.
So I was also just planning on clarifying, so you sell to both dealers and customers directly, correct?
Yes.
So with that, obviously, you need a level of communication that's just superior to any kind of business that just deals with one or the other. So are you happy with your level of interdepartment communication?
We really do our best to have effective communication and collaboration skills, and we do have a lot of team meetings and try and stay on top of one another. But like I said, with this explosive growth, it has been very difficult with over 100 sales reps now. We're increasingly getting larger and larger with our sales team, and it's just been very difficult for us to all be on the same page and communicate effectively without having a good tool to communicate with. Because right now it's really just email and our multiple systems, and it's been hard because a lot of people will spend hours a day just trying to get caught up on the communication.
I totally understand that. I mean, that there's definitely a learning curve to those kind of things, especially when you grow as quickly as you did.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you say that affects the employee's productivity on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely affects their productivity.
So how many hours a day or a week would you say that you lose in productivity due to these issues?
If I had to quantify it, I'd probably say every sales rep loses probably an hour each day, or an hour to hour and a half. So that averages probably about 6 hours per person per week.
Okay, yeah. So that's definitely a significant amount of time. Do you think? I mean, that's basically half a work day kind of thing, a little more actually.
Yes.
So do you think that time could be spent more efficiently and help contribute to your revenue?
Absolutely. It can definitely be spent more efficiently if we had a tool to use to have effective communication and collaboration. Absolutely.
Totally understand that. So 6 hours a week would be about 13% decrease in productivity per week, which I would like to be able to help y'all with, just because y'all make so much a year. That's a pretty significant amount of that.
Yeah, wow, that's actually a lot. I never really thought about how it's 13%.
It is hard to quantify exactly, just especially with productivity, it's hard to nail down exactly what it is. But with the communication and everything, that is something you could point to that, I think, and that would be nice to be able to help y'all out with. So, as you mentioned, the order entry process has affected your relationships with Cabela's mainly. And is there frustration with this process enough to make them in your business relationship, do you think?
I really would like to say positive and not think so. We never want to lose a customer based off of their dissatisfaction, because that's really the core of our company.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a possibility with the explosive growth and the problems that we've been having with our sales tracking.
That's always something that people have been scared about, so I totally understand that. So we said that was about 17% of your revenue, so losing them would mean a 17% decrease in the sales, so that's definitely worrisome. I completely understand that. So you also said customers have complained that they can't track their orders. Do you think problems with the multiple tracking systems have impacted the relationships with Cabela's as well?
Yeah, some of our mistakes with the orders happen during the sales process as well.
Okay.
Yes, definitely, it's impacted our relationship.
Yes, I think that's probably where some of that is coming up. I know, as we said, the customer experience is very important to you. So do you think if you improve just overall communication, like we discussed, that's a problem, and improve order entry, tracking processes, just overall kind of improve on that, if we could offer you a tool to improve that, do you think that would enhance the customer experience?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If we could fix any problems we receive complaints about, it would definitely 100% help. Absolutely.
Totally. Are there any other significant problems that customers complain about?
None that really come to mind. I think that Cabela's is really, it's been weighing on us a lot recently.
Main priority, probably.
It's our main priority, and we've definitely been trying to make sure that they feel satisfied and we deliver on their expectations. So we've really been focusing on Cabela's, but with that, we might be pulling away from some of our smaller retailers that we want to be able to deliver that intimate feel for. We want to be able to give them the same experience that we're giving the big retailers. So like you said, we're juggling a lot of balls right now, and it's really difficult to try and communicate effectively and also make sure our sales tracking and order processing is on point.
I completely understand all of those problems and concerns that you have. I think we could probably really help you out with all of those problems, and I can definitely show you. I brought my computer just to kind of explain how we can really help those problems if you'd like me to demonstrate for you.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll come around the table. Okay, so I have it pulled up for us right here. And let's see. So this is the front page.
Okay, wow.
And as we talked about, you're having problems with order entry and tracking systems. So we'll just kind of go through a little practice run, if you will.
Okay.
So if you click on this tab here, you can easily enter the orders that you've been given. And you can, so we'll just do a little fake order. We've been talking about Cabela's mainly, just kind of.
Yes, they just asked for 200 coolers.
Well, we'll do that right now then. So Cabela's 200 coolers. And then, you just press enter, and that will go to the appropriate departments in order to get that to them.
Okay.
So super easy and efficient. And in order to track that, instead of having to go through and look through all of your different ways of tracking your shipments and everything, you just go to this tab over here, and you search, okay, so we made Cabela's today. And so there it is right there. It's saying that it's being processed. So it's easy. It's very, very easy to be able to just find all of your things that you're putting in. It's all in one easy place. And also the customers are allowed to look in this and be able to track their orders, which
so the customers and the sales team.
Exactly. So transparency and communication with customers and sales team, and it's been very effective for companies like yours that we've helped in the past. So this would definitely make this easier for them. And that way they know exactly when to expect when their orders are coming and everything. So and then if you go, they can also communicate with sales reps. Sales reps can communicate with each other all through this same thing. So if you go over to this tab, if you are in the sales team and everything, you can be able to discuss inner, outer, whoever, people at Cabela's, people inside, everyone is able to communicate there. And then also customers, direct customers can ask questions, verify their shipments and everything. And it's very, very easy.
It's really great.
It would greatly, I really believe it would greatly decrease the loss in revenue that you're experiencing due to productivity, and it would also definitely help you keep customers, small customers, and customers like Cabela's. I really think that y'all could definitely benefit from having everything in one place. I think it would definitely help y'all out in the long run.
Great. Thank you for the demonstration. I really appreciate it.
So I think this could definitely help. I think we should probably discuss price a little bit.
Yes.
Do you have any other questions or anything about how it works?
None that comes to mind right now. Thank you.
Of course. So it would be, for a company about your size, it's a $25,000 initial setup fee. So that would just be the first time payment. But then from then on, it's $185 per individual with the software per month. So that would be about $200,000 a year.
Wow, that seems really steep. I'm not sure if that price is something that we would want to pay for this.
And I completely understand it really does seem like it adds up, and the systems you have right now are easy enough, and they are less cost efficient. But as we discussed, you're losing about 13% of possible revenue to productivity loss. And based on your revenue from this year, that is $58.5 million that you could be making a year if you were to use our product around that. Obviously, not exactly, but like around that. And that's a big chunk of change there. And that number also has increased significantly in the past 2 years. So I know you're projected to have $500 million next year.
Yes,
so
that's our goal.
That would be, I mean, it would just continue to grow that possible revenue that you could be getting. And then also, you've mentioned how you might lose Cabela's because of some of the mistakes that have been happening with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And just taking into account of Cabela's, that's a 17% decrease in revenue. So that would be a $76.5 million loss if you lost them.
Wow.
So that alone would keep you from reaching your goal of $500 million by next year.
Wow.
And so I just think overall, that's not even taking into consideration just the smaller customers that you have. So I just think overall, if you think of it in that way and compare the two, I think $200,000 a year is kind of a small price to pay in order to keep those customers happy.
Well, when you put it that way, it really does sound definitely more valuable. And we are really struggling, and it's something that we really do need is exactly what you're saying: effective communication, collaboration, and the ability to track our sales and our orders all in one place. So I think we're very, very open to hearing more about this. I really appreciated your demonstration of Salesforce. It looks very, very, actually very simple to use, and so I really enjoyed watching you implement that. And I think our VP of Sales would be really interested in hearing a little bit more about this.
That would be great. I would love to come in anytime in the next week if you can, and just present that to him and just kind of keep our business going forward. If you know his schedule, like we could set up a time to meet with him next week.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let me check with him and also our CEO. I want to make sure that we can find a time when the CEO and the VP of Sales can come in, and I would love for you to come in as well, and we can all do a demonstration. That would be great. I know that we're probably free later on this week, so if you want to send me an email what times are best for you, I will let you know.
Sounds perfect to me. And could you also just sign this for my boss just to kind of clarify that we're moving forward and that we can potentially help you out?
Yes, absolutely.
So right there.
Okay.
All right. Well, I look forward to our future business and our business relationship. Thank you so much, and thank you for letting me come in.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
I will look forward to talking to you next week.
I will see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.